Every friend is different. I might not talk to you, Joab, but as long as you're sending me memes, like I know you're good. But experiencing that love and pouring it out and having someone to pour that into me as well. My man. I mean, that's like era. And it's been like, our anniversary is coming up very soon.
Oh, how many years is that? This conversation is with Shirlyne Juma. Shirlyne was trained as a media personality before switching gears to become a tax consultant. We'll explore how social media influences our lives, and Shirlyne will share her thoughts on Canadian seasons, sibling expectations, education in the age of AI, and even a little customer service wisdom inspired by Steve Jobs. Listen in. I think we would have the same experience, but my uncles and aunties are basically my siblings because I grew up with them. How's it going, Shirlyne?
It's going good. I am so excited to be here. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And you know what? Like when you were, setting up the cameras and everything.
Yeah.
It reminded me of back in school. I used to have a YouTube channel.
Oh, you did? Okay, tell me about your YouTube channel.
Okay, first of all, this reminds me of two things. So in uni, I used to work at the radio station.
Okay.
We had a radio station, and we were doing news. And you had to have a show.
Okay.
And you were doing news in English and Swahili. So I used to do news in English and Swahili, and I used to have a show on Tuesdays called Audio Relapse Tuesdays.
Audio Relapse Tuesday. So what is Audio Relapse Tuesday?
So basically, it was like we would talk about trending things that are happening in Daystar, or we just find a topic that is affecting students at that particular time. So like just coming here and seeing all this setup, it reminded me of that, and it reminded me of the time I had tried to start a YouTube channel. It went going, by the way. Like I had like 3 episodes out.
Okay.
And the support was enormous. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
So being here, being on the other side now, like I am the one
who's
being
a guest on the show. Yeah.
So it's quite interesting, and I can't wait to see how this goes.
Yeah, I think I just hang out with folks and we have a conversation about everyday life, and your opinions, your experience, and what that has been like.
Yeah,
and
sure.
We see where it goes from there. But I want to know about your YouTube show. What is the YouTube show about?
So it was called The Sevens.
Okay.
I honestly don't even know how I came up with that name, but I like number 7. So I was like, okay, how are we gonna incorporate what I like to? So the Sevens, what I used to do was just get my friends just like this, and we talk about anything, random things, honestly. But because of that time we were a little bit younger, we were talking more about relationships and friendships.
Okay.
So topics revolving around that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you're gonna tell me about friendships and relationships in a little bit.
Yes.
So is 7 your favorite number?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
What's
your favorite number?
Good question. So I think I have 2 favorite numbers.
Okay.
My favorite number is 3 and 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
So 7 has a religious connotation to it, a religious background to it. 7 is a perfect number. I'm a Christian, and 7 illustrates perfection in Christianity and in the creation, 7 days of creation, stuff like that. Yes. And 3 is weird. I was in elementary school, and I happened to sit on my chair was serial number 3, and my desk was serial number 3, and my index number during my national exam was number 3.
Oh my goodness.
So I ended up saying, you know what, maybe I'm just gonna be, okay,
this is gonna be my number.
This is gonna be my number.
It has chosen me.
Yeah. I think 3 chose me, actually.
3 chose you, yes. Yeah. Okay.
So how about you? How did you end up with 7 being your favorite
I
number?
actually have there's no background reason. I just like number 7.
Okay.
Yeah. No particular reason, to be honest. Yes.
I mean, I guess, so do you have folks who also like number 7?
No, apparently, no. And you know what? So, my my significant other,
Okay.
my partner, his number is 17.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so that's that's quite interesting. I don't know if I've ever told him this,
Yeah.
but yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, maybe
he's
he'll
gonna-
he'll learn about it from the show
Yes.
when he gets to watch this episode.
Yes.
Yeah, and so are you a pet person or a plant person?
Okay. To be honest, I
Mm-hmm.
can say a little bit of both.
Okay.
Growing up back in Kenya,
Mm-hmm.
pets was not the usual norm,
Mm-hmm.
like my surrounding. But as I've gotten older and, the exposure around me has made me open to having pets.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be a cat or a dog. I'm open to both,
Mm-hmm.
actually. And about plants, you know what? I always feel like plants always bring they bring an elevation to a space.
Okay.
Like, I mean, like this room like this without the plants, it would have been, plain.
Yeah.
But because you added a bit of plants in the room, it brought a feeling of a homey vibe.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean, I think I call myself a plant person. I mean, that's why I fill my office space with all these plants.
Yeah.
And you can look at even my bookshelf. I have all
I
these
can
plants hanging
see,
around
yeah,
and stuff like that.
yes.
I think I'm a plant person, and maybe that's because I feel like green adds a lot of color and space
Oh.
and liveliness and life into a
Okay.
space.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
I was just I was just about to, since you mentioned green, my favorite color is green. And I love green.
Okay.
All shades of green.
Okay.
All shades of green, neon green, every shade of green. I like green.
Yeah,
And
even office green, like my green is
Yeah.
office green.
and because you say like if I'm a plant person, I've never been in my own space that I have incorporated plants.
Okay.
So I'm excited to try that in the future, but for now I haven't really tried using plants in my
Okay.
spaces. But I do appreciate places I walk into and there are plants like here. So yeah.
So for me, the reason why I love all these plants, like I said, is because they add life into it. But my wife did a lot of planning in this office space.
Okay.
I would say that she is a plant person.
Okay.
Is your partner a plant person too? Do you know?
I don't think he is, but he wouldn't mind
Yeah.
incorporating it into his life. But you know what? Thinking of it, he is a plant person, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
He is
now
a
you do
plant
agree.
he's a plant person, I
Yeah.
can say that. Yeah. It's just that he doesn't have plants in his house right now, but yeah.
Okay, so you talked about friendship. I mean, nice to know that there's a relationship going on, and I guess that's beautiful and nice and
Yes,
rosy.
I mean, not even I think. My man. I mean, that like era. And it's been like, our anniversary is coming up very soon.
Oh, how many years is that?
1 year.
Wow.
And I feel like it's just the other day that I met him. But it's been a wonderful, amazing year. He's such a supportive partner. Oh my God. Guys, I love love. I love love on me. I didn't know that it could turn out to be like this, honestly. Because like past years, relationships were not really working out. And I was in a phase like, okay, do I have any chance of getting or experiencing love? For me, just it got to a point that I wanted to experience the love. Because I feel like I have so much love to give. And I would love to, I mean, like I give love to, you, everybody, my friends, but experiencing that love and pouring it out and having someone to pour that into me as well. Oh
Feels
my
amazing.
job. It is amazing. It is amazing. Yeah.
That's good. I'm happy for you, Shirley.
Thank you. Thank you. And I remember I think the first time I started seeing him, I told you about it and you encouraged me and I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy seeing my friends getting partners and potential people to
Yeah.
settle down with and
Yes.
have some, build something, build empires, business empires,
Yes.
or build amazing families, wonderful kids if they want kids.
Yeah, in
And
the future.
yeah,
For sure.
and what you have is awesome. I mean, I've met your partner, I
Yeah.
think twice before, and
Yes.
he looks
Yes.
like an amazing guy. Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
when you get to watch this, Charlene's partner, know that Shirlyne loves you very much, and
Yes.
we appreciate you in her life.
Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been on social media for a while, right?
I have been. I
I'm only
have
asking
been.
because you said that you had friendships, and in your YouTube show you used to talk a lot about friendships. So
Yes.
do you wanna? So what is this that you guys are talking about? What are you talking about? I mean, general friendships. I don't know, gossip and friendships and stuff like that.
Mostly we were focusing on like friendship dynamics. Um, I can say mostly friendship dynamics and how it's incorporated in our lives at that time. That was when we were in our early 20s. I mean, we're still figuring things out. We don't know anything. We're just taking each day as it comes. So, yeah.
Are you still taking each day as it comes with your friends now?
Oh my goodness. I think friendships, I can say my friendships have evolved so much, so much. I have friends who I knew while we were in church, like when we used to go to VBS. I don't know if you guys know VBS, but
What is VBS?
Vocational Bible.
Yeah,
Yes.
I haven't been to a VBS. I know they happen, but do you want to tell me what
Yeah,
those are?
sure. So, in VBS, what normally happens is I think it once a year, the church organizes the VBS, and in different groups and in different age groups, and then we get to learn. I think there's always like a theme, and then every age groups we are divided into age groups, and we are taught or we get to learn the stories about Jesus in that particular theme.
Okay, so is this like would you call it like a summer camp? I'm not sure if you've been to a summer camp.
I've not been to a summer camp, but I know how summer camp
Okay.
programs work. It could be something like that,
Okay.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
do you also do like life skills? I don't know, tie knots. I don't know,
yes, yes,
paint and do
yes. We
some
used to
artwork.
paint. We used to do some artwork.
Yeah.
We used to do some cooking preparation, something like
Okay.
that. So it was an all-rounded. I think it's just like summer program. Yes, yes. So
Yeah, the
I
summer camp.
met. Yeah. So I met most of my friends in church.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
most of your friends were or are religious.
Are religious.
Okay.
Are religious. I mean, people have different look onto it, but most of my friends are religious, and every friend is different. Like I have friends from church who we relate with in terms of like work experiences,
Yeah.
school experiences. And then I have work friends who, it's just basically work. We go to the office. If back then when I was working in Kenya, it
Yeah.
was mainly that. And then we have social friends where you meet in social areas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can say I have different friends from different backgrounds.
And so you'd say that your friends were, I mean, the dynamics around your friendships were different.
Yes,
I
I
mean,
think so.
depending on where you met, on how you
Yeah.
met, and stuff like that. So, which friends were you closer with? Like the social friends, the church friends, the school friends, the work friends.
I think I have close friends from each places.
Okay.
From church, from school, from work.
Do you have
from
a best
social
friend?
places. And they're gonna come for me.
Okay.
They're gonna come
come for
for
you.
me.
Okay. So we're not gonna talk about
They're
that.
gonna come for me.
Okay, but you have a couple of best friends.
I
then.
have a couple of good friends, and friendship has played a very important role in my life. Working with friends, let me tell you, Joab, like
Tell
I
me.
wouldn't be, I wouldn't be like the person I am today without my friends. Yeah, I think everybody needs that support system you work with every day in all phases of your lives. And I think there's a mistake. I don't know if it's a mistake or something. I've always tried to bring my friends together. If it's church friends, work friends, but I notice like sometimes it kind of clashes. So for example, like the other day, I met a friend at the gym, and what I
New
noticed,
friend or an old
yeah, a
friend?
new
Oh, okay.
friend, a new friend, and I noticed our conversations will only revolve around the gym. I
Yeah.
tried inviting her to, something else, an event
Social
that was
events. Okay.
happening. Yeah, but I noticed there was a very big clash, and I was like, okay, maybe I need to like know my friends for the gym, school, work, and church.
Compartmentalize them into
Yes,
different
yes,
different
yes, yes.
social
Yeah,
aspects.
but
Okay.
what about you?
What about me?
What about your friends? How's your friendship grown over the years?
Yeah. Every time that I was in school, so I went to I think 7 elementary schools, one
Oh,
high school, and
seven.
yeah. And
Okay.
in each of these elementary schools, I had a best friend. And so here's the funny thing: when they were my best friend, I thought that they would be my best friend for life.
Oh God.
And so it happens that when I switched schools,
Yeah.
I never spoke to them
Things
again.
yeah, things change.
Yeah,
People evolve.
yeah, and I mean, I don't know where they are right now. And so
Yeah.
I mean, right now I'm a teacher, and I tell my students, um, that all these folks you hang out with, so when you're running out experiments in the lab,
Yeah.
or we are, I don't know, doing whatever we're doing, I tell my students that it is very possible that you'll never speak to this guy, your best
Yes.
friend here,
Yes.
for the next eternity. I mean, you never speak to them after you're done here, and so I feel like so all these are the connections I made when I was in when I was in school, and now that I'm grown older, I feel like I would say that I have very functional friendships. So my friendship is also compartmentalized, like you said, but I have this one or two people that are very very close to me that I talk to about everything. But
Yes.
then again, I am a very present person. So while I have these best friends and these friends who are very close to me, very close acquaintances, I'm one of those people who is your friend when you are here with me. So I'll attend to you so much when you're here with me. And the moment, I don't know, we separate or I'm onto something else, you move to a different city, it is very possible that that friendship becomes separated.
And you know what? It's okay because even when you're saying this, I think it ties so much into intentionality. Like I have with my friendships evolving over the years, I have learned you have to be very intentional with friends, and you also have to put in the work. I mean, I have friends who, my very very close friend lives in Seattle, and I mean, like, I'm in Toronto right now. You have to put in the work with scheduling times to talk. We are intentional with our relationship. So I think it's very important for people to, be intentional and live in the moment. Like you're saying, we're here right now. And, probably you might be leaving to Vancouver and you won't be here right now. So, yeah, living in the moment, in the present.
Yeah, and I think after doing so many activities with most of these friends, so we have very fond memories that we can always fall
Yes.
back to. So anytime. So I have this very good friend of mine, moved from Toronto to Calgary,
Okay.
and so we used to be very close when we were here. I mean, I'd go visit her a couple of times. She come visit us here at home, or wherever a couple of times. But so when she moved out there, I've been there to visit her once, and the moment I got there, I felt like we'd never separated because
Yeah.
feel like we just picked up from where we left off, and we went to visit
Yeah.
around the city. I was there with she was meeting my daughter for the first time also, and it was very amazing. And so I think what I try to do is to build very strong bonds with these few friends that I have. But I think I'm generally a friendly person. That's what I
Yeah.
probably tell myself.
Yes,
I don't know
yes.
what my wife thinks about that though.
Well, personally, I think you're a friendly person
Yeah.
and very welcoming.
Okay.
I can say
That's a
that.
compliment. I'll take
Yeah.
that as a compliment. So, has social media played a role in the creation of your friendships and connecting you to your friends and stuff like that?
Yes,
Okay.
I can. Yeah, that one for sure. I agree. Have you had like I don't know if it just happens to me or like I might not talk to you, Joab, but as long as you're sending me memes, like I know you're good. I know for sure you're good. So in a
Okay.
way, because I mean, like life has become so busy right now, and juggling everything all together. I'm not saying that you're not supposed to keep track, but it kind of helps a little bit.
Okay.
honestly. So even though I haven't spoken to you in like days, and I see you've sent the memes, I know you're good. I know you're doing good.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're one of those people who's gonna sit at home and watch people, posting on their WhatsApp stories or I don't know, Facebook stories or Instagram and stuff,
Well,
and that tells you that they're okay.
yes, I
Okay.
can say that. And I want to say something about friendships. And there are some friendships that we might not have spoken for per se years or months, but like I meet you job today, and it's like we've never like it's the same. It's the same.
It's like
So
you pick up from where you left
yeah,
off.
and I think it's that creating that strong foundation. Yes.
Okay, so what sort of events do you do with your friends? Are you an outdoors person, stuff like that?
Okay, so of late, we've been trying to do activities. For example, I'm not, okay, it's not that I've not done it before, but I'm now open to doing hiking with my friends. You know, I think like long time ago when we were in, in uni, like we would go to the cafeteria, buy like a soda and catch up there. And we would just catch up like that with no activity. But I think as time is going by, like it's good to to experience and explore the world. Like,
Yeah.
for example, get into the car, drive all the way to, for example, Blue Mountain. I think for me, that's what I'm trying to incorporate. Just not meeting at a restaurant. Like,
Yeah.
like do an activity, do something.
So
You get to
not
learn.
meet for
Yeah.
for a cup of coffee in
Yeah.
a restaurant or lunch or dinner or something like that.
I get to
Yeah.
learn something new about you. Yeah.
How about sitting at home and watching a movie? Your friends visit you and then you go to a movie theater and you watch a movie.
That's also very, I can say, I mean that's good. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but I think for me right now, I want to be out there. I want to explore other things as well.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you wouldn't prefer, I don't know, would you prefer sitting down at a movie theater watching a movie and
Yes, I have
hanging
done that.
out?
I have been doing that actually.
Okay.
I don't mind it. It's just like I want to try other things, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a friend of mine, and every time we hang out, I always want us to watch a movie, but he's always against watching movies, because he normally tells me, you know what, let's just sit down and talk.
And talk,
Let's have a
interact,
conversation. Let's talk.
interact.
Yeah, and I had
Yeah.
I had my two cousins yesterday visiting me here, and they are younger, way younger than me. They're like
Okay.
5 and 10 or something. No, not 5 and 10, maybe 9 and 10. And so they were playing on a Nintendo Switch, and I was telling them, "Hey guys, I'm gonna give you 10 minutes. So you're gonna have a conversation for 10 minutes. Then I'm gonna take away your Nintendo Switch for every other 10 minutes.
Oh my
So you're gonna have a Nintendo Switch for 10 minutes. I'm gonna take it
Yeah.
away." And so I go like,
How
"Hey,
did that work?
I don't know."
5
So
and 10. I
yeah,
mean, come
so
on,
I
Joel.
was with their mom and their dad and their auntie, and so I was talking to their mom is my auntie and
Okay.
their dad is my uncle, and I was having a conversation with their dad and mom, and so when I had a time on my phone, so when 10 minutes was up, they'd have to give me the Nintendo Switch,
Yeah.
and I'd have it next to me, and then I would send them off to go and have a conversation,
Yeah.
talk to each other. So for the first, I think maybe twice or 2 rounds or 3 rounds, they were okay. They would jump up and down,
Yeah.
or they would run around the house and stuff like that. And then it happened that after a while they couldn't do that anymore.
Oh. They got you.
Yeah, they couldn't do that anymore. So they after when the timing was up, they gave me the Nintendo Switch, and then they came and hang out around us and listening to us
Okay.
talk, which I think was okay. But also we were talking about adult
Yeah,
stuff, so
can
maybe that was
imagine.
not relevant to them or appropriate to them. And so we were like, "Hey guys, go around and have a conversation with each other. Go and
Yeah.
talk or something." And I remember, the 9-year-old asked me, "What are we gonna talk about?" And it hit me, man. These guys have nothing to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, like, most of the conversation is revolving around.
The Nintendo.
Yeah,
probably
and
the
now
games they're
you've taken
playing.
taken that away from them. What do you want them to do?
And they don't want to do any more physical activity. And it was
Yeah.
at night. Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know if older adult friendships are also like that, and maybe that's why my friend was telling me, "Hey, we can't sit down and watch a movie. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk
Yeah.
and see and see where that goes." So you said that you go to the gym.
Yes, I recently started going to the gym.
Okay.
I have always wanted to, you know, be fit, take care of my body. But it's just recently that I had to make that disciplined decision to start exercising, taking care of my body, because I don't think for a very long time I don't think I was very careful with what I'm eating, how I'm taking care of my body. I was just there. But I think
Eating
now,
and living.
just just going by the day. But now I am more intentional with what I eat, going to the gym. I try to go to the gym at least 4 days a week, but sometimes like
Wow.
it
That's a
gets
lot.
it's a
That's a lot
lot.
of work.
Okay, what's the maximum you can
Okay.
do?
I know you could. I mean, I know there's people who go to the gym every day, but I also feel like that's a lot.
It's a lot. It is a
But it is
lot.
good. I mean, it
It's
is it
good,
and
and it's
healthy, I
just
guess.
taking 1 hour from your day, which I am willing to do that. And honestly, there's a very huge difference, and I think incorporating that in my life has made me be intentional. So, like for example, if I'm going, I know, so my week's okay, Monday is here. So what I do, I prepare myself like before I sleep. I ensure all my clothes and everything are ready to go for the gym. So what I do, I actually wake up in the morning and do some exercise in the morning in my house, and then after work, I go to the gym. So I'm doing it twice. I know it's a little bit too much, but I I'm on a crunch.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay. So there's something you're working towards, I guess.
I th- I am working on toning
Okay.
down,
Okay.
toning
I see.
down, and I just want to. I think the reason why I'm doing this, I want to see if I can be disciplined with myself.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah.
So working out brings in some aspect of discipline.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I think it's I can see how it's even how I am thinking, how I'm doing my things, how I carry out activities through the day. It adds in.
Okay. So you'd say probably that now you're a clear thinker.
Yes, I can say that. No, okay, clear. Okay, I used to be a clear thinker, but
Okay.
I mean, like now it's more straight.
Okay.
Yeah, I can say that. Do you
Uh,
go to the gym yourself?
Okay, good question. So I used to go to the gym. Now I more of do a home workout. So I don't
Okay.
necessarily go out to the gym, but I do run. So I every other day. So I'd say that I do work out every day. So I walk everywhere.
Okay.
Whenever I'm going to uni to either work in my lab or teach my students, I do a lot of walking. So I park very far away, and then I walk around the university. When I so every day though, that puts in about 6 to 10,000 steps every day in my day
Oh,
to day work
that's
in
a lot.
school. When I'm teaching, I'm walking up and down the classroom, so that's all
Yeah.
calculated towards me increasing my
Yeah.
steps and getting, I don't know, my heart health up. So funny thing is that I don't put a lot of mind into what I'm doing, so I don't know what I'm working on. But I think that because my ancestors were created or were designed
Yeah.
to work very hard physically, and so I try to put in as much work as my ancestors. And so what I
Yeah.
do on top of that is every day I either run 5 kilometers. So when I run five
Oh.
kilometers, that is 30 minutes, or I walk for 10 kilometers, which is 2 hours of walking. So when I do run 5 kilometers today and then walk 10 kilometers the
Oh.
following day.
That's amazing
Yeah.
job. Because even if you go to the gym, when I go to the gym and I try to do cardio, like I can't do as much as you're doing. So that's really
Yeah.
good
And
and
what I've learned
impressive.
actually is that walking actually does more work than running or than even cardio in the gym. I don't know what is cardio?
I
I don't
mean,
know.
like it's
Running
just
in the
yeah,
treadmill and stuff like that.
yeah, and just having your heart race
Yeah, or rate
faster.
first. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. And so sometimes I can skip the rope too.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the best. That's the best. I remember when I was in Kenya, I tried to get a trainer, and he told me, you know what, just get a skipping rope and you'll be good.
Yeah. And so I skipped the rope for about 10 minutes straight. And that races my heart so much. And sometimes I feel like I'm panting or I'm dying, especially when I
Yeah.
started. Um, and so when it's rainy, though, I think I need to talk about this. So when it's rainy, I walk up the staircase. So in my, we have this
Oh.
building in my uni that is so tall. It's called the Kanye Tower. I think it's probably something like 20 floors or something like that. Maybe it's,
Okay.
so, but I go up 10 floors. So I go up and down the staircase 10 floors for 1 hour. I don't know how many staircases I'm able to how many flights I do. But after doing that for 1 hour, so when the first day that I did the staircase, man, my ankle, not my ankle, but my shins,
Oh my God, I
my
can
thighs
imagine.
were, my
Yes.
hamstrings were in so much pain.
Yeah, you went all in on the first day.
Yeah, and but I'd been running for a while and been walking for a while, and so now I try to do that every day, whether it's raining or snowing or whatever. So I'd
Yeah.
walk in the snow and stuff like that. And I guess I don't know what I'm working on. I know that I need to add a little bit of weight, especially my biceps, and
Okay.
I feel like they probably need to grow a little bit.
See?
And so I maybe need to change my diet, probably get in the gym and lift a little bit of weight, but I
Yeah.
am not there yet.
I think talking about that, there's this thing my mom always says, like, Shirlyne, 90% is what you eat. And I think that's true even as I'm on this fitness journey of mine.
Yeah.
So what you eat, I think you just need to take care of what you eat, and the rest will be okay.
You're cutting down on carbs?
I have been trying to be on caloric deficit, but
Okay.
hey, it is quite hard.
I have a friend of mine. His name is Ahmad. I met Ahmad. I mean, the first time I had a conversation with him was last year, around this time last year. I know I'm meeting him again tomorrow and
Okay.
Tuesday. So Ahmad eats a whole chicken every day.
Okay. A whole chicken every day.
A whole chicken every day. And that's all he eats. Nothing else. So a whole chicken and water. I asked him, do you do veggies? He told me
Veggies,
no.
yeah, I was about
Do
to
you
ask
do?
that.
So I think he does multivitamins as
Okay.
tablets or gummies or something like that. But he does every single day a whole chicken.
Okay, I'm curious to know. You met him last year. Have you seen him before?
I haven't. So I've known him for more than 3 years. I've only in person. We've met for the first time last year in the spring, and we're meeting again tomorrow for the same event. So there's this conference that we go to together,
Okay.
and that's what actually brought us together initially because he's the organizer of this conference, and so I'm going to ask him for his photos, and maybe one day I'll
Yes.
invite him to the pod
Yes,
to have a discussion about his fitness journey because I think he told me that he's probably doing this for fitness and stuff like that. But I was like, man, chicken only?
Chicken only. There's
Yeah.
so much to. I mean, like if it's proteins, like you can get that with other. You can substitute that with others, but I don't know. But I mean, to each their own, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So do you swim or anything like that?
Good question. I have. So when I was in primary school, we used to have swimming lessons, like how we'd have science, math, and everything. So I used to be so scared of the water. I am not even kidding. Like I have never been so scared of the water. So we would have swimming every week, right? And I used to forget my swimming costume on purpose. And when you do that, like you get punished and everything. But I used to feel like that's way better than
You'd rather the punishment than swim.
yes. And I think also at that time, I was also a bit very insecure about my body. So I was like, okay, I cannot do this. And I would see most of my classmates would try to get costumes that would, fit their body types. And for me, I was just like, no. For me, I can say it was a little bit of the insecurity, but also I just didn't enjoy it. I
Okay.
did not enjoy it at all. And now I feel like I would be open to try swimming, but swimming is no.
I've been seeing all these floods going on. Recently, we had these floods in Dubai, and then I think
Yeah.
last year there was these massive floods in California, and I think
I think also there were floods in California recently as well.
oh, okay.
Also, you know what? I also saw Burundi was experiencing floods too, but that one from last year around October to spring now till now. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Do you think if you were an amazing swimmer, you would swim through the flood?
No, 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 no. Let me tell you, Joab, if
Okay.
there's something you need to be very careful is with water.
Okay.
If water can move this entire house,
Mm-hmm.
how am I supposed to swim in there?
I don't know. And I think it's the same, man. So there's this is it a game park that's called what's the name?
Is it?
Health Angel. Health
Oh,
Gate.
the one in Nakuru?
Naivasha, I think.
Naivasha,
Yeah,
Naivasha.
that's in Central Rift Valley, which is in
Yes.
central Kenya. And so they experience flash floods. So I think it's amazing because they have these massive craters and stuff
Oh,
like that.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
suddenly out of nowhere, you find this humongous amount of water moving and in the valley. So because you go
Yeah.
into, I think the Hell's Gate is you walk in the valley floor or something. So
Okay,
there's
yes,
nowhere
yes,
to
I
run to.
see.
And so water carries you along.
Oh my
And
goodness.
you know what kills you? It's not the water that kills you. Well, the water could kill you,
Yeah.
but it's not just the water. It is the water bumping you
Oh,
into
yes,
stuff.
yes.
So you'd probably get bumped into, man. This is sad. You'd probably get bumped
Yeah.
into a rock.
And I
So
can
you-
imagine
you-
the pressure as well. There's the pressure coming, hitting you,
Yeah.
knocking the other
Yeah,
places.
you're knocking around the place, and God forbid you get knocked into a spike or something like that, and the spike goes through you.
No.
Yeah, and I think that is not the best way to go.
No,
Yeah.
no.
So I mean, so do you think it is possible for governments to secure their populations against all this national crisis? I'd call them national crises that happen. I
Yes.
mean, whatever happened in California was a national crisis. Burundi, like you said, a national crisis. Whatever happened in Dubai was a national crisis as well.
Oh, yeah. That one came as a surprise because you'd think like this is a desert, desert area. And for me, I was thinking like, can this really be like no proper drainage or what is going on here? But that one came as a shock for sure.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine. My friend of mine was on an Air Dubai flight. Not Air Dubai, but Emirates. An Emirates flight.
Oh,
And so their flights were cancelled for 24
yeah.
hours. And so they stayed at the airport, at the Dubai airport. I think
Yeah, it was flooded.
Yeah, for
Did you
24
get to
hours.
see the videos
No,
of going
I
around?
actually haven't seen the
It was
videos.
so
I
bad.
only know
Like
that.
it's like they were floating it was really bad.
In the airport or
In the airport, like on the
Oh.
runway, it was bad.
oh
Yeah, like I don't think
yeah, planes
any
would take
flights
off.
would have. No, it was bad.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, but maybe I should check this. Is the airport float? Is it built on water or something like that?
Is it? Well, I'm not sure about that, but we can check it out.
Okay, I mean that would be an interesting way because I know there's countries which have built airports in water. Like Japan has tried to do the same thing, and I know a lot of countries have reclaimed water. Have reclaimed land by building on land on water. Okay, looks like it is not built in water, but they say here that it was submerged. The airport was submerged.
Yeah,
and-
submerged. Yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
Yeah, that was I guess dangerous. So I asked you a question. So do you think that the governments are equipped with dealing with all this national crisis, or they should be equipped with dealing with any type of national crisis?
Okay, here's my view on this. So, governments should be equipped, but the thing is, like you would say, there should be proper allocation of funds going to this, but I just feel like it's a management of the funds that like they need to find a proper way of managing the funds so that such things don't happen, like proper drainage. How can we make sure that it doesn't happen again? So I think it's the management of the funds that we're supposed to mainly focus on, and obviously proper allocation of funds.
Okay. I don't know though, because these are things that happen once in a
Yes,
while.
yeah.
I mean, I'm living in a desert, man. Out of my wildest dreams, would I imagine my airport is going to be submerged in water? But I mean, I don't know. But I feel like also some governments probably need to put, like you say, a little bit more funds into
Yeah.
dealing with this crisis. I see one thing that we experience here in Canada is a lot of forest fires.
Oh yes. Even in places like California, even in Canada, where do we experience
So
forest fires?
a lot of them happen in British Columbia
Oh, yeah, BC.
and in I'd say regions of northern Alberta, but we actually have fires that have been continuously burning in Canada for the past 1 year, even through the winter. So they've been smoldering through the winter.
Okay.
I guess the burning continues underneath the snow or something like that. I don't know how the oxygen gets in because they need oxygen to burn.
Yeah.
But then what happens is that once the summer comes around, then you get a lot of of these forest fires going. And I think last year was so bad because we had very many people kicked out of their homes, properties destroyed because of the forest fires. And I mean, I love forests. One thing I love plants. But I also love the outdoors.
Outdoors, yeah.
I would honestly live in the outdoors every day of my life. In the summer, I live in a campsite.
Yeah,
And I leave a campsite and go to work, and in the evening go back to the campsite.
Talking about camping, I've never done camping before. I would really like to try it out, but I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I don't know, like sleeping in the dark with the I don't know
tent,
if yeah,
air mattress,
in a tent
or in a sleeping bag.
Yeah, I would definitely want to try it. That's out of my comfort zone completely.
Yeah, give it a try.
I would give it a try.
Yeah, give it a try this summer. I know that there's a bunch of groups that are organizing camp outs this summer.
Yes.
And I know that I'm going to be doing camping at the end of the summer. So I do this in August because there's less bugs then.
The bugs. The bug is always the issue.
In August, September, there's no bugs. So you
August,
be
September.
okay.
Yeah, I can. And this year I've been wanting to just get out of my comfort zone, and going camping is definitely in the list.
So what's your favorite season then?
I definitely would say, okay, this is what I like all of them. So the most favorite is fall.
Okay.
Fall, and then spring, and then winter, and then summer. I do not enjoy the summer at all.
Why is that?
At all. And you know what?
So let's go back. So your fall is your favorite?
Yes, fall.
And then
spring.
And then
winter.
And then summer. Okay.
So, fall. Why? It's not too hot. It's not too cold. Perfect. Spring. It's bright. Look at it now. You just want to be outside. I mean, it's just from winter, cold, and then now spring is here.
Yeah, all these flowers springing and all these leaves sprouting.
Yeah. And in spring, the cherry blossom.
Yes.
Very beautiful. Have you had the chance to go look at it?
This year I haven't. I don't. So I'm one of those people who doesn't actively, seek the thrill of the cherry blossoms, but I do it with my wife. So my wife is away right now, and so I haven't had to go out right now and enjoy the cherry blossoms. But I do know that in the building right next to where my lab is, we do have cherry blossoms. They are actually Japanese in origin.
It's just there, Joab. It's just there.
This year I just haven't had the chance. I
Yeah.
mean, I go into the lab very early. I probably work on my experiments and then work on grading my students and stuff like that. And so right now it's been very, all over the place. And so I haven't had the chance to go out and check out the cherry blossoms. But this afternoon I'm going to be driving over to Listowel.
Okay.
And maybe I'm going to experience cherry blossom encounter on the way to Listowel.
I mean, like, I'm asking you, like, even me, I haven't, but I'm planning on doing that probably this week or next week. So, yeah. So, spring is bright. It's colorful. We're getting out to summer. The reason why I like winter, there's not so much you can do with summer because
What
it's
do you
hot.
mean?
It's
I want to
hot.
get this problem down. But yeah. So you hate the heat.
I hate the heat.
Okay.
I hate the heat. And I think even for my body, like my body doesn't work well with the heat. And the reason why, you know what? The reason why while living in Kenya, I didn't like the weather in Kenya, honestly. Like it's dry heat. That's always my issue, the dry heat. And then coming here, it's also dry heat, but balance of dry heat and humidity. And humid is the worst. I don't know how you do. Do you like the summer?
I do like the summer.
Oh no. What's your favorite season?
What's my favorite season? The end of summer is my favorite season.
End of summer. Okay.
Before the fall.
Before the fall.
Yeah. And here's my reason why. We're gonna come back to you telling me about your summer, but let me tell you about my experience. So I love the outdoors. So summer is my favorite season, but I do specifically like the end of summer because I can get to stay outdoors. I can sleep, live, eat, drink,
Yeah.
bathe in the outdoors. I skinny deep in the lakes, and the lakes are very clear. I I am in my element.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's a funny thing though. My wife doesn't like the outdoors as much as I do, but I think we found this nice balance. So
Perfect balance.
she can come out with me some of the nights, and we can hang out together. And last year we actually even took out our daughter. She was 3 months old when we took her out into the woods in the summer, and we were there
Job.
for 3 nights with my
How
daughter.
was that?
That was beautiful. She absolutely loved it. And I have a photo of her holding her next to the fire, and the fire is smoking all around her. And I
Oh,
think that was
that's
I
beautiful.
think that is amazing, and it's gonna be one of the memories that she's gonna remember from her 3 month old experience.
Oh my God, that's wonderful. Sounds really good.
Yeah, and so it's my favorite season because there's less bugs at that point. And we have all this. Then I can also get to live in the outdoors and go to work and come back to the outdoors. I mean, for spend my night. And so I eat in the outdoors. I would fish and eat the fish straight out of the lake or the river.
Okay.
I would uh, roast my goat, which has been
Oh
raised in a
yes, yes,
farm next
yes.
to my campsite. I would eat my roasted maize,
Okay.
or my barbecued corn, if you want to call it that. And so I love that entire experience. So I would. Something I can backtrack on though is like I'd love to do what they call backcountry camping, which is where
Okay.
you go into the woods without any connections to modern
Oh,
life. So you would be out there on your own, probably with bear spray or a gun to shoot bears if
okay.
they attack you. But then you also get to like live in you're by yourself in the backcountry. I would want to do that. I
Oh
haven't
my
gotten to do
God.
it yet. You
That
look
sounds
scared.
so scary. I don't know.
Yeah, but I
That
mean,
sounds so
but the
scary.
moment you build a fire, you scare away all the wild animals. The wild animals are scared of fires, and so
Oh my
and
God.
so it kind of builds on your skills
Yeah.
as an outdoors person and
Okay.
stuff like that. So the summer is definitely my favorite season, but I've gotten to enjoy all seasons now. I used to not like the winter because of the cold. I also grew up in the tropics, and the tropical weather, which you hate. I don't know why you hate the
Yeah.
tropical weather, but of course you told us why, the dry heat and all that. I love that weather, and now I only know now that I miss it because I also loved camping, in my entire life, and I would do that anytime, any time of the year. I can't do it anytime now because I
Yeah.
can't camp in the winter. I know there's people who do winter camping.
Yes, yes, I
I
have
can't
seen
do it
that.
yet. I can't do that cold. But I do enjoy all seasons now because I've now gotten into a lot of winter activities,
Yeah. Oh,
skiing and
yeah, the
stuff like that. Yeah,
skiing. Yeah.
yeah. So that's my favorite season.
Okay. The reason why I like the winters,
Hmm.
I don't mind the cold,
Okay.
honestly. I don't mind the cold. Actually, if we can just stay, okay, not entirely winter, but like the winters this year was not bad. That was good. I enjoyed it. If we can stay like that, yeah.
So the winter this year was not good. I did not like it.
What do you mean? Oh,
It was too
because
warm,
yeah, it was too warm. Yes, for
which
sure.
also means the summer is gonna be too hot, which means you're gonna suffer this
I'm
summer.
going to. I
Um,
don't know what I'm gonna do, Joab.
Careful what you wish for. Um, and then we also had so we didn't have enough snow. That's the thing. And so the
Yes.
skiing experience around Toronto was not as beautiful as I would have
Yeah.
loved it to be. And I mean, I don't know. I do love the cold too now, and I probably would have wanted to do some uh, cold flashes. I would call them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I couldn't get to do that this winter because it wasn't cold
Well,
enough. Yeah.
I don't know. But
Hmm.
I wouldn't say that the winters are pretty good because I remember a good experience rather when I came to Canada and I experienced a snowstorm. When the snowstorm happened, I hadn't even gotten winter boots, a proper winter jacket. And I remember at that time I was working a night shift. So in the morning going back home,
Hmm. You
I you
almost
know
died.
what? I called my dad and I was like, what is this? Where did you make me come? It was such a bad experience. But I think after that, I started being open to it and loving it and enjoying it. I don't mind. Maybe now what I need to try and do is skiing.
Yeah, you probably need to try that, and you can try that out this coming winter.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
I'm
open to it.
Do you read books? I'm only asking because there's so many books that talk. I mean, there's this book I'm reading right now that's talking about different seasons. I mean, it's relating seasons to innovation, and I'm gonna make this a required reading for my students next year. But
have I always been a reader? To be honest, no, I have not always been a reader, and that's one thing my dad used to tell me, that I'm supposed to learn how to read. I'm supposed to have that, to enjoy reading. I've never been a reader, but that's one thing I am picking up right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and the opposite thing is, like, my sister is a lover of books.
Okay.
She loves reading. She enjoys reading. But for me, not as much, but I'm doing that right now. So I am trying to.
Okay.
And the only thing, and my dad used to encourage me with this, because he used to say the only way you can increase your vocabulary, you can always get to learn more new things, is by reading. Read. Even though you're not reading like a book, read magazines. Just read. Make sure you're reading. You're actively reading something.
Yeah, you can read memes too.
Yes, but not that kind of reading, you know? Yes.
I have an uncle of mine. Were you done?
Yes.
I have this uncle of mine who told me that every time he was done with school, the school year, he stopped reading. He stopped reading everything, including...
What do you mean?
Including signposts on the road.
He stopped reading
everything. So every
what
time
is he doing?
No, every time his school year was done.
Oh,
when his school year was done, yes, he would never read signposts. Can you imagine? He would
That's
never
what
read
I'm
anything.
wondering.
No reading signposts, no labels on foods, no anything that involved reading. It stopped. I think he used to hate school. Now he's an avid reader. He loves reading now. I just got him a copy of Robert Kalanithi. When Brett becomes heir, and I'm hoping to gift this to him soon. I think it's gonna be a good read for him. Yeah.
Maybe you should also get me one too.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Done.
Oh, you know what? So about reading, right now what I'm picking up on reading is about my finances.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm picking that a lot. There's a book I'm reading right now called Own Your Money.
Okay. Own, like OWN?
Yeah,
okay.
Own, like so basically to where I'm at, it's just she's teaching you how to budget, how to allocate your money. And I mean, like, if you'd wanna maybe grab a copy, the writer, she's called Michaela Aloka.
Okay.
Michaela Aloka, and it's a very good book. So I stumbled upon her on Instagram.
Okay.
So she was talking about how you're supposed to take care of your money and whatnot. And right now the phase I'm in, like, I want to learn how to take care of my finances, and that's what I am reading right now. So it's a very good book.
We recently had a guest on the show, and we were having a conversation how the one thing that you need to learn in school is how to manage your money, and nobody ever teaches you that.
Thank you. You know what? I've been in school for 4 years and then 2 years right now, and there's nowhere that professors would teach us about money and how to manage our money rather.
Okay.
And I feel like that's so it's very sad because this is a transaction we have to use every day of our lives. So
I'm a different kind of professor now because I do encourage my students to learn about money. I mean, I do hint at a couple things here and there for them. But it is not required reading for them. But I do suggest books to them to learn about how to manage their money because all my students are working now. And I also do encourage them to learn about investing, learning to invest from from a young age. And that way they can get to have more independence, financial independence, and make mature decisions that don't, so that life doesn't tie them down into things that they don't want to subscribe to.
Or regret later.
Yeah, you told me about your sister who reads a lot.
She reads a lot. Oh my
Okay.
goodness. She reads, I cannot. Like at home, we have this like place. It's just full of books. Books. And it's just my sister's books. Yeah.
And so, how's your experience like with your siblings? Are you someone who's very friendly with your how many siblings are you? How
So
many
I
children are you?
am the eldest
Okay.
of 3. So my sister and then my brother.
Okay.
So growing up, because now my sister and my brother are only 2 years apart, 1.5 years apart. When they were young, they used to fight a lot. A lot, Joab. It's insane. But now they have a very different relationship. They are like best friends. They are very open with each other. They enjoy each other's company. But for me, I have a very different relationship with them. I mean, I have my sister and I 5 years apart. My brother and I almost 6.5, 7. So I would say that like with my sister, because my sister is very introverted, so she mostly keeps to herself. But I have tried to get her out of that cocoon and try to talk to her. So we can talk. We can talk. But with my brother, it's different. Like we talk, we can talk, we can talk, we can talk. Like right now, I haven't spoken to my brother in a very long time, but I know like when we talk, it's a different kind of love and relationship. So we really didn't have that close knit relationship, but now I'm encouraging this for all of us, for my sister, for my brother. But you see, also, I feel like I've always been away.
Okay. Like for school and
Yeah,
stuff
for
like that.
school, like I'm just always away because when they were in school, in primary school, that's elementary here, right? I was always in boarding school, so they spent a lot of time together. And then when I finished high school, I was in uni in Daystar. I used to be in Daystar, that was in Athireva. That's like 2 hours away or maybe 1 hour away from the main city. So I never used to be at home.
So 2 hours away from home then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after I finished uni, I went to the US. I'm always away. And then I came to Toronto. Like I've always been away. So in a way I can get that
You've been the absentee sibling.
Yes.
Okay.
So I always try to make it up, but it's a little bit difficult, I can say that. Yeah.
And so, do you ever try to put some effort into mending those relationships?
I try. I always do my best. I love my siblings so much. They have very different personalities, and I think we mash up together like that. Because I feel like I also have sometimes I can be introverted, like I'm an ambivert. So I take that from my sister. She's very quiet, and my brother is very extroverted. So those personalities clashing together very, very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, how would you then encourage anybody to try and repair relationships with their siblings if they've been away for a very long time, or they're not very well connected? Or
I think the most simplest thing you can ever do is just communication. Put in the effort to talk to them, always talk to them. And you see, like my siblings right now, they are now in uni. They just started uni, so they're experiencing these things that I went through. So I'm getting to hear their experiences, and also like it's very interesting because I was there. I know what's going on, and them sharing it with me, the experiences with me, I can say it's making up for the lost times. Yeah. So communication. Just start with communication. Put in the effort and try
talking every
communicate
day.
with it. I cannot say
Okay.
talking every day. We cannot do. Let's just be very honest, Job. That
I
one
want to
is
talk to my
difficult.
siblings every day. I'm an
No.
only child, though I don't have siblings, so I can't connect.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. That is. But just try put in the effort, even if it's twice or thrice a week. That's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Twice or thrice a week.
Yeah.
Man, I'm one of those people. So I used to say that if I had siblings, I'd talk to them every day. So it's not possible to talk to them every day. Then.
I don't think it's possible to talk to them every day. But you know what? I talk to my mother every day. Every day.
So I guess then
day.
if you had a strong connection with your siblings, then you'd probably be talking to them every day. Would you say that?
The thing is, I'm not a very good texter. So like it becomes very hard for me. I like to have a conversation on the phone. I want to hear about your day. Like, you know, when you text someone like, oh, how was your day, Joab? It was good. But when you have a conversation on phone, you're able to get more out of it. So with my mom, she gets that. So my brother and my sister, we're still getting there.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's perfect. I love it. It's gonna be better, but right now we're just working through it.
So I think that maybe if I had siblings, I probably know how to, experience them, the same way that you've experienced them.
But your sister, your wife has siblings, correct?
Yeah, my wife has siblings, and those are my siblings now.
Yeah, now you're a sibling.
But I mean, what I mean is that we didn't grow up together, so
Okay,
I think we wouldn't have the same experience. I mean, I see I see the relationship that my wife has with her siblings, and it's very close. And I wish I had the same connection with people that I was born with. But my uncles and aunties are basically my siblings because I grew up with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good way to look at it as well.
I know that there's a lot going on now with artificial intelligence and people learning how to leverage on technology to do stuff with them. So how do you think education is going to be affected with artificial intelligence and folks learning how to use artificial intelligence?
Okay. Yeah. This is my take on AI technology. So there's this video I watched a couple of months ago, and Simon Sinek. So he was saying how like we're supposed to look at technology AI like money. Money is not necessarily a good thing and it's not a bad thing. So with AI, with AI, it's how you choose to use AI. Like, are you using it to enhance, or like how are you using it? Like, so for example, in school, like when I was leaving school, there was the introduction of AI, of ChatGPT. And I can say ChatGPT was the game changer of everything. We would get like assignments, and you can just prompt ChatGPT to you. I mean, you have an assignment, and you can just prompt it, and it can give the results instantly. So here is what I have an issue with AI and like ChatGPT, to be more specific. So I feel like ChatGPT it's taking away the critical thinking of students. I mean, long time ago, before the AI was here, you would get an assignment and you go to the library and do like proper research. But now, because ChatGPT is here, you can do like, if you have a paper, you just put the prompt and it's there automatically. So for me, I think AI has, I mean, it has its advantages if you choose to use it well, but also there are these other disadvantages that can be very dangerous for students and people rather out here. So I think we need to be very, very, very careful about it, because even, I mean, in terms of getting an assignment, when you're in school, you learn how to deal with problem solving skills, right?
Yeah.
And work ethics as well, because you get the assignment, you submit it on time, you take your time to do it. And with this now, like it's sort of a way it's trying to eliminate that from
eliminate the critical thinking aspect of
and
education.
I think I don't know if there's a way we can curb that. I mean, you're a professor, would you know if any of your student has used ChatGPT?
Well, so there's a baseline that I set early on in the semester. So I will tell them, tell me something about yourself.
Okay.
When they watch this, they'll probably learn that that's what I'm basically doing. And I give them 1 mark for that. I give them a bonus mark for that. So you tell me about yourself in 2 sentences or 3 sentences, 2 to 3 sentences. Tell me something about yourself. And so in those 2 to 3 sentences, I can set a baseline of this student's style of writing, their way of talking and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so it is the way that you are writing about yourself is very relatable to what you'll be telling me in your assignment. And so I can tell that this is what the students are using. However, I don't penalize students for using ChatGPT. And so one of the challenges that I've been having over the past 2 years is coming up with assignments that would, even if they use artificial intelligence, they don't rely entirely on artificial intelligence to write out the assignment for them. So they'll need to put in a little bit of thinking.
Yes.
Of course, while ChatGPT could give them a response, it would give them the wrong response, of course. And so I'm encouraging this because so part of my teaching involves being a math professor, and as a math professor, students can't use AI. I mean, all you have is a calculator, a pen, and your notebook, and I allow them to come with the formula sheet. So when they are working out their mathematical questions, or they're working out on a problem to do with vibrations, for example, vibrations of structures, you can be able to see their way of thinking, in there.
Okay.
But then out here in the real world, though, when these engineers become, engineers who are creating all these medical devices to be used by doctors or in hospitals, they do have a cheat sheet. I mean, there's a cheat sheet that exists out here. You can refer to notes from your predecessors. You can refer to some sort of website. You can refer to something. So you're not always on your own. And so I try encouraging my students to leverage on what is out there while they're working out on their examinations or their assignments. I'm okay with them using ChatGPT, but I do frown. I do tell them that I do frown upon using ChatGPT because you can't be writing this way when you're in a time crunch, and then you're writing this in this perfect robotic English. When you have like a 2-week period window to deliver your assignment, and so that's one of the challenges that everybody's facing in the world of teaching. But then again, we can also leverage on that as educators. And so one of the things that a colleague of mine is doing is to create a repository which uses, large language models out of his course notes, his lectures, and his course outline and stuff like that. And one of the things that we do struggle with is responding to emails. I get every day in the middle of the semester, I probably get something like 5 to 10 emails from students. Around exam time, those emails could go up to 80 emails in a day.
Imagine,
At the end of the semester, same thing, about 20 to 30, 40 emails a day, all asking the same thing. And whatever they're asking, I either talked about it in class, it is in the course outline, or it's somewhere in my notes. And so now what this prof is doing is he is creating a repository of all his content in a large language model. And so what the student would do would be to prompt the artificial intelligence model. So what am I supposed to answer in assignment number 6, for example? And then this ChatGPT will spit out to the student what the student is to answer. And that takes time away from the prof teaching, and the prof then can have a little more time to do research or create new course content and stuff like that. And so that is one of the ways that we could leverage on artificial intelligence.
I love that. And besides like education as well, like I am in the marketing and communications industry, and I think it has really helped, like with, for example, you can put a prompt and it can help with coming up with ideas. And then you pick it up from there, not fully relying on it. So with that, I can say it has been a game changer in that aspect.
Okay. This has been fun hanging out with you, Shirlyne.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm so happy with this, honestly.
Yeah. I think we'll get to hang out, hang out together soon again.
Yes.
And this has been nice.
Thank you.
This has been the Couch Connect, and I'll be catching you soon on another episode.
Bye.
Adios.